So what you were saying again, like you were saying something about the networks, man. And I want to say that man, I truly salute you, Dane, because you're right. A lot of people are scared to fight the big man. It's almost like the big bully in school, but you just walk right up to him and be like, right in the lunchroom. You know what I mean? Like, so everybody can see it. And I think people don't understand your genius because I get around people who don't know that I know you like I know you. And you know, some people talk slick sometimes. Oh, I think Dane, you just wanted this. And I'm like, bruh, this guy is I'm saying to myself, like, this guy is a genius. Just look at his track record of what he's done. And people don't realize that you share that with people to be partners, but you don't take disrespect from the bullies. And in this case, man, you're saying that WeTV and E1, they become bullies. Like walk us through that.
Okay, so here's the way the TV business works. A black guy or a woman will have an idea. If they go to the television network, We Channel, they'll say no, because we don't think you can execute it. Go get a production company that's owned by someone white.
That's fact.
Period. So then you have to go to an E1 and, you know, tell them your story. Then We Channel will do the deal with E1. E1 controls the budget. E1 skims the whole budget. And then they make us look stupid, right? So they got a budget. They'll say, look, we're going to give you $400,000. Bring us back a show. We don't care how much you spend. Just make sure you bring us back a show. So what they do is make sure they pay nobody, not the people that had the idea for the story, not the people that's in front. All they do is put you in a scenario where you get drunk, do some stupid shit. They capture it and tell you to go walk through a strip club and get paid for that, right? And then what happens is every time we fight, one of those executives that are white that got us to fight get promoted. I've watched this shit happen.
Wow. So
you know, and look, so for growing up hip hop, Tatari, it was his idea.
Right.
I come in the office, it's mad posters of black families, black TV shows. Every single office, white. The smallest office, closest to the lobby, is where they got Tatari. And then, after about 2 years, I don't even see him no more. I only see Jennifer Gardner, the showrunner, who continuously will smile in our face and know our concerns and then say, oh, guess what? This is his concern. And then they tell you what button to push and literally divide us and pay our children like, yo, don't see him for a week and we'll pay you more money. And tell them this on camera and other things like that. So that was my personal thing. But overall, our stories aren't told by us. We have to go through gatekeepers that skim and then tell a different story. And the networks won't even work with us. They only work with us when we're under them. And then when they walk into the room, like a party, they want to act like big bosses and want all these, like growing up hip hop, and you could ask Tretch. Like they would have come to me to have to go and calm Tretch down. You know, they tried to have Tretch's daughter on there without Tretch knowing, and I found out and was like, yo, Tretch, you know your daughter's on here? I'm the one that told him.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, they be getting cute.
Yeah, man. So what do you do? What does somebody do who have a show and they say, look, man, I hear what Dame's saying, but
they got to shoot it themselves. I would tell you to do what I'm doing. I shoot my own show. So what happened is I've shot every single day they shot me, and I got them disrespecting me on tape. So I'm going to make a show about them. I'm going to show their faces, and I'm going to put it on my network. I'm going to show y'all how to fight. And they weak right now because they can't move like that.
The way you want to see that show, that's the real hip hop show I want to see. That's the real.
Yeah, we're going to see. But and look, I have the document. I documented like after the shows would be over, I would have to go get a therapist for Boogie and Brianna and put them in the house and have them talk because it would really f them up.
Yo, Dame, let me get serious for a minute right now because, like, I didn't grow up with my dad, right? I grew up with my stepdad, but I didn't grow up with my real dad, right? So anytime somebody talks about fatherhood, it makes me real attentive and I really pay attention. earlier we talked about fatherhood with talent. We had the young girl come on. I think your art gallery would love some of her paintings too. We had her come on and display some of her paintings, Shanti K. But it makes me think about fatherhood because I know how much, I know from when we was little, how you rock with your kids.
I used to have them up in the office. I had Boogie with me as a baby.
I know this. I know this. So it hurt. I haven't watched Loving, Growing Up Hip Hop. Salute to everybody that's on there, whatever. But I haven't watched it. The only time I've seen it was behind the scenes when we did the Black Gun show. They came through with cameras. But one thing that kind of hurts me is I feel like where y'all at with your son, like fatherhood, man, like, you know what I mean? And
I'm gonna tell you like this. Everybody goes through it with their kids and their family. It happens. It's just a camera on it when it happens to me. Period. So we normal people. It happens, but people take advantage of that. But it ain't like, you know, I love my son. I ain't beefing with I don't know beef with my son. He's just a little fucking baby. That's all.
Right. Man, shout out to Bug, man. It's crazy to me how Bug is a grown man now, man.
Yeah, you gotta see how nigga was talking reckless to me on that shit. I'm like, yo, this shit over. Like, they would want him to disrespect me. Like, he never disrespected me before. That's why I'd be shocked. Like, who you talking? Cut.
Just the cameras. And they put the money in their pocket.
To just, yeah. I'm like, yo, like, this nigga would have had a DUI, was in my house, didn't tell me about the DUI, a car I bought it for, driving around with a suspended license, and then 6 months later, they paid him not to tell me until they got the season back and to tell me on camera. I was like, are y'all kidding? You know, they knew he had a drinking problem, so to get him to spiral, they would put, like, I'm gonna show you scenes where Pepper's trying to give him a drink. He's like, yo, I don't want to drink. I'm no good on a drink. Oh, just take it. You ain't got a problem. And then from there, the nigga had to go to rehab. And then I told him, don't have no scenes with my son and her no more, right? And they agreed to it. Next scene, she got a champagne bottle in his face. And then he goes home and sits alone. That's when niggas kill themselves. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see exactly what you're talking about,
Yo,
man.
matter of fact, hey, Nicolette, we need to find that footage. I'm showing all that.
I think you should, though. Because
there ain't no thing about it. It's done.
Yeah, and just to delve a little deeper into that, too, man, that's important, man, that you're talking about that, because I think that happens a lot. A lot of people would dress a situation up like it's good for you, but they actually disrespecting you, your culture, your family.
They laughing at us, bro. They want us to fight each other. That's their plan. Man. Make them fight each other, right? Like, somebody sent me a link of like Vlad and Adam, two white men talking about a black man and his family. I'm like, this shit is some funny ass shit right now. Like, I've already checked Adam for giving his opinions on my culture and not talking about his own.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But these people do this. They just sit around and make money off of us and how stupid they want us to look. And we just look the blind eye. We don't even say nothing. These niggas shouldn't even be around to be coming around. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? See, that's the difference. These niggas, like, if they're so brazen, they be like, yo, look at the niggas. I could just do it in front of them and they won't say nothing. Watch this. And they do it. See, but the difference is when they do that to me, I check them. Ho. You better watch your mouth. You ain't going to be telling your friends you punked me. Oh, they think they're so tough. They don't even know we're laughing at them. Nah, I know you trying to laugh. Now I'm laughing at you. That's what's happening. And I'm taking your girl. That's what's going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? Period. That's how I play. Yeah.
Facts.
You know what I mean? That's how I play with them.
Yeah.
Or at least you know what I mean? It's like, that's all they be worried about. Because they so busy fronting, acting more powerful than they are, trying to disrespect us to get their girls. They don't even know their girls only there because they sugar daddies. And that's it. Wow. And when they see a real dude, they be laughing at him. So Mark, his wife, used to always be like, oh, where's Dame? I'd be like, look, your wife likes me. You know what I'm saying? Period.
So what do you say, man, like, those people, like you said, first of all, we're going to recap. Create your own. Become your own boss. Create your own, right?
Don't expect nobody to play fair. In business, everyone's a shark, but don't take it personal. Just be prepared. It's sort of like the corona. Social distance your business. You feel me?
You know what? I had to learn that too, man. When I ran for city council a couple of years ago in Newark. I had to learn that because I came in, I was personal. I was on some street personal. Like, what did he say? What the? Yo, the OG politician told me, he said, dude, what are you doing, man? That don't mean nothing to us, you know? So the personal thing in the business doesn't work, right?
But the thing is, you were always, from when we were young, you know, we got along with y'all because y'all in the same kind of fuck everybody and was snotty, you know, fresh, you know, real arrogant in a good way. And that's why we always shared our platforms and we rolled and whatever. When I seen you 20 years later at the Black Caucus, pause, it was like, I was like, damn, I was just happy you still look young. You know, I'm like, oh, you're still crispy.
Man,
I was like, oh,
kept me
good.
young,
You know, some
baby.
niggas get old. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Hip hop definitely keeps me young, man.
Nigga, you know why? Because you free. Freedom and laughter keeps you young. Bottling shit in and getting disrespected every day, that'll make you shrivel up and get old. See, I ain't got to hold nothing in. If I get disrespected, I ain't got to say, man, the boss disrespected me. I wish maybe one day as soon as they disrespect me, they get checked in front of their whole crew. Watch your mouth. Don't disrespect me, bro. Don't get it twisted. Weinsteins and everything. And I got my whole history been like that. So I've been doing that. But again, and then it'd be like, you know, a Wood Harris or somebody that'll be like, oh, Dame just disrespected Harvey, gonna fuck the movie up and he fucked everything up. No, man, I don't give this movie then. And it still came out and was a classic because I pushed it out. You feel me?
Let me ask you this, Dan. Can you say you have a business relationship with somebody, right? And then
I'm sorry, what were you saying? I didn't mean to cut you off. I just had a moment.
Nah, that's stunting 101 right there. That's a higher level of stunting, actually. But the question I wanted to ask was, if you were in a business relationship with somebody, right? But you also have a personal relationship with them. And then your business falls out with them. Can you remain in the personal relationship, or is that now affected?
It's affected for me. See, the thing is, my business relationships are based on my personal relationships, and I don't expect people to carry me like business, you know? So, you know, I don't take it personal, but it does make it to where I won't respect that person anymore, because the only people that have hurt me were the ones the closest to me, the ones that I completely let my guards down and gave them everything, you know? And I always do that. But I always think my test is to see if I'll stop giving and loving, but nothing will make me stop loving, you know? Nothing will make me stop fighting for us, even when us fights me for fighting for us, you know? But I'm still going to do that because I expect it. See, we're programmed to be distracted by trying to hurt each other, by being mad when one of us is doing well. And they try to make it like the only reason why one of us is doing well is because they gave it to us. So, you know, that person has to protect that plug, but he's still given. He's a big deal because some other culture accepts him. That doesn't make you a big deal to me, you know? Gotcha. What makes you a big deal is when you do it on your own and you continue to look out for your people, you know? When you fight for people when you don't have to, because I don't have to.
That's
you understand what I'm saying? Like, when I go and be beefing this, I could just handle it and just be worried about me, but I'd be like, you know what? Let me let the rest of the world eat off this too. Let them learn too. And I'm going to make them uncomfortable because when I leave the building, I don't come back in the building. So I just leave it where when they walk in their own building, they're uncomfortable. Where everybody looking at them and laughing or looking at them with a different kind of eye. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
They deserve that. Let them have that. You know?
You're right, man. You're right.
So I leave that ether. I leave like Nas. I leave that ether. Like how he left us. He hit us with the ether. He caught us with that one. He fucked us up that time.
So, dang. You fight for our culture so much, man. I witness it every day. It makes me happy, man, because like I say, man, you always remind me of punching a bully in the face. You know what I mean? And people don't know you really can box too, though. You know what I mean? But beyond that, man, for our culture, the new cats for our culture, are you feeling any hip hop? Like, do you throw something on? You know, you plug the aux cord or turn on the Bluetooth in the car. Who you rocking to?
Yeah.
Like who the new hip hop you rock with?
I ain't gonna lie.
Or music, period.
Well, you know, I always do my rock and roll. I did the rock and roll album. I was definitely, after the passing of Pop Smoke, I started to listen to it, and I like it.
Yeah, I like
And
Pop.
I was like, he was
Pop Smoke, man. Rest in peace.
yeah, rest in peace to him. You know, and you know, whenever like like I'm trying to think of the new shit I'm listening to now that's the newest. Like whenever they come out with a record and my kids is listening to it, I listen to it. You know, but you know, I see a Travis Scott will get a hit you can't deny. And Drake will come with a little TikTok dance that you can't deny. You know, you hear them.
Yeah, true.
You know,
True.
but it was like the last time. What was interesting to me was when what's his name, and got locked up, the young kid. Damn, I just forgot his name. And you know, like when he got locked up like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, TK, the kid TK. So like, yeah, TK got locked up for like murders and stuff, got convicted. But his style of music 3 or 4 years ago, like watching everyone start to actually rap like that, and I knew he was going to be the forefront. Like he was the first one of the young
Is that
cat.
Kodak? You talking about Kodak?
Nah, not Kodak. His name is TK. You don't know TK?
No,
Yeah.
I don't know KK.
He was the kid that was on the run but making records, and he was making a record called The Race or The Chase, and he was getting. Oh, no, his shit is ill, but he had this style, you know, that kind of offbeat LA style that, you know, everyone's doing kind of now. Right. So, or the younger kids are doing. I think that's interesting. I like that they're changing things, you know. But I like that the kids are expressive. What I don't like is the kids dying on the drugs. Yeah, I don't like all the beef and the killing each other, and how consistent that is. Yeah, you know, that's crazy. Hip hop would have like, we would catch that maybe once every 10 years, and everybody would chill out, you know, and you have a stretch of peace, but it doesn't seem like anyone's learning from it, you know. And I hate that all of our hip hop, the younger kids, it's like it comes with a bid, you know what I mean? It's like all these kids end up in jail for a little while, no matter what, and I hate that, you know what I mean? It's like the purpose of getting into the music business is to get out of that game. So you take the life and you just turn it into a movie. You no longer have to really live it. Just recreate it based on your actual experience.
That's fact.
You know, so Paid in Full was the way I taught people. It was still gangster, you know, but instead of selling drugs and hanging out with niggas, I'm going to show exactly what it was like and what the recourse of it is. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So when you get in that game, it's like keeping it real is staying out. It's the best way to help your friends is to stay out the game. It's you out the game. You know what I mean? You out the game. You can't be a criminal. You can't bust your gun. You can't do nothing and be making records. It's like, you know, like when I was coming up on the criminal side, like we weren't even allowed to get, like in my crew, you weren't even allowed to get a tattoo. You know,
wow. They can tell you from the distinguishing marks, right?
You could distinguish your mark. We couldn't. If you was a real criminal,
that's a police term. So
you couldn't have. So before. You know,
you see how many distinguishing marks they told me I had, right?
Yes, you know, that's why that was when I you know, if you really look at it, and not to be like I invented yes y'all, but I remember being the first cat with the rock and roll sleeves. You know what I mean? Like I had my whole shit sleeved up years ago, and the reason why I did that was I was celebrating that I never had to do nothing illegal again. Mm. You understand? But you can't have a distinctive hairstyle and tattoos and be stealing and killing and shit. You're going to jail.
That's what I'm talking about too, man. You got all of the young boys, and no disrespect to the young boys, but we never tatted our face all up like they doing. Like, what are they going to do after this?
Well, you know, again, if they want to express themselves like that, it's cool. Just don't be a criminal and tat up your face.
Got you.
You know, because the thing is, they could remove that shit. It just hurts. You know? And, you know, it's a different day. Like, what I never want to do is be the old man in the club and judge the young kids.
That's true.
You know, if they don't have the same style as I do, I'm not mad at them. Because the older niggas didn't have the same style as me, and I used to laugh at the older niggas. You know what I mean? Right. So I always try to find a classic common ground. And if they want to be expressive, what I say is, you better make sure that that's a permanent thing that you're going to like in 20 years, because you don't want to be looking at, because I look at some of my friends and they'll be having like Van Dutch shirts on, like, or some shit that like was hot for a second and then got corny. 19. You know, I'm like, nigga, you wore Van Dutch. Like, I never did that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I never try to be too trendy ever, because at some point it goes out of style. And it's easy to think you're cool because you're copying somebody else. So to be an individual and to do things different and to be first, you know, that's what I consider real cool. Not when everybody's wearing something and then, you know, that's why I like to be first. I look at a lot of what the younger cats are doing now. I know I'm the basketball short dude. I made that. I know I'm the long sock. I know that the gazelles and the ski hats. Niggas was laughing at me when I was doing that. And the Russian hat. Like, you could Google me and see all of this stuff that I know I've affected.
Right.
It's like, to me, the young niggas get it more than the old niggas right now. And for certain things. You know what I mean? Like for swag, like they know the old school that's butter. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like they'll know to go get an M3 or, you know, an 850, and they know paid in full. Like they pay attention to that shit. But they also know high end. They, you know, they want to do the fashion. But, you know, I just think being an individual is important. You know, not following the trend, but being the trend. I don't ever want to be like anybody else. I don't want to be like video game atmosphere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like them like Zombie Land and it's the zombie. You know, you got to have a purpose in life.
Speaking about setting trends and building those, talk about like them brands that's built off of those trends. Who are like some of the top three?
Hold on, I also want to say one thing. Everyone that says I'm always mad is retarded, right? When you get into,
to me anyway, because I know you differently.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the funniest in the world. When the boxer gets in the ring, they're not laughing, you know? So when I'm in a mode of fighting, yes, I'm ferocious for sure. But as soon as the fight's over, I'm back at the pool. You see, I got puppies and all that around. Do I look mad? I have nothing to be mad at. But you know what I'm mad at? The same people I'm fighting for be like, yo, he mad. I'm mad because you not mad. You should be mad. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But anyway, go ahead. What you saying? I'm sorry.
Speaking of, just bouncing off of that, are there any, like, give me 3 dudes or women in the game that you respect their hustle, that fight for our culture, that build brands, empires, that you respect their hustle in the way, you know, similar on the same path you doing it? Because, you know, a lot of people they respect people because they got money. You know, they respect people because they're famous. But sometimes you got to respect the core, the character of that woman or that man. You know what I mean? Like, who out there in the entertainment business, you respect their grind and their hustle, that they really doing it or have done it already?
There's people, like no one's perfect, right? So there's things I admire about everybody, even if I don't like them, like their resilience, you know, the fact that they may, you know, go to that extent that no one else will. They'll do shit I won't, and I'd be like, yo, I gotta respect that, but I wouldn't do that, you know, shit like that. You know, being consistent. I think whoever's still relevant now, whoever got like a 40 plus, and they figured out how to do something, and their names are still being brought up every day, you gotta respect them. You know what I mean? You gotta respect them. You can't, you know, like just like you gotta respect me. I'm not making records and nothing. I'm not even outside. But currently, people still say my name. Like that topic, the Dame Dash Jay-Z topic, it still comes up every day. It's been 20 fucking years. You know, I really wasn't, honestly, I wasn't expecting to be 50 and still be popping. You know, I thought I'd just be like retired and chilling. You know what I mean? I didn't realize that, because I didn't know a 50-year-old that was when I was 20 that I gave a fuck about. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, to me, I'm like, wow, what is it like to have like a 17-year-old or 18-year-old be even thinking about anything I'm saying? I'm 50. So I'm happy that I even have the attention of a relevant generation that is actually open-minded to be independent and for this guidance, and that they can see the most evolved version of me. You know, the one that's not pouring champagne on girls, the one that's making sure they got puppies and eating healthy food and laying by the pool chilling safe. You know what I mean?
So with that being said, you've been rich a long time, Dan. You've been
rich
a long time.
Rich is life.
A long time.
Yeah.
So now, what does the 49-year-old rich Dame tell the 29-year-old rich Dame?
Number one, to social distance, to bet on me as opposed to making money off other people, and to make sure my books, like, don't count on the accountant to do my fucking books correctly. Because all the jams I've been in, I paid not
right now.
I paid not to be in them. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give an accountant, 250 racks to a year to do my books, and this nigga won't even pay my taxes. How could I have tax problems and I paid $1 million that year in fees? I paid not to have problems,
Right.
So what I know is accountants and lawyers, if they give you bad advice, they're not accountable. There's nothing you can do about it. So you have to make sure that even if you don't enjoy doing certain things, that you're watching your money. Because you only know when you're running out of money or when someone's stealing, when the money's low. That's when you start looking. But when the money's there, you don't even give a fuck, So with me, another thing I do that most don't is fearlessly, I bet the bank all the time. So that's why people always saying I'm broke. Yeah, I'm broke. Your broke is different than my broke. My broke is I just read up and I just put a lot of work on the street and I got to wait for that money to come back. And sometimes I got to wait a long time. Your broke is you just broke. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no money to collect. Nobody owe you nothing. Nobody robbed you. You just broke. So I'm never afraid to have zero in the bank because as long as I got work on this, because I always think somebody gonna take it. So as soon as I get it, it get back on the street. I'm buying something, So there is a point where you have to save, but it's like you save after you get your dream. But until you get to your dream, I bet the bank. And I have to have that kind of confidence. So I bet the bank on Rockefeller. I bet the bank on Rachel Roy. I bet the bank on Dame Dash Studios. And every time I bet the bank and win, I bet I want to get a bigger bank. So it doubles, the stakes double. So Rockefeller compared to Rachel Roy, it didn't cost me nothing. But Rachel Roy, that cost a lot to flip. And then this Dame Dash Studios, $1 million a year for 10 fucking years. I'm 10 million in right now.
Let's talk about that, Dame. Let's talk about that. Because a lot of people, they talk about, I just made $1 million off of YouTube. But then how much did YouTube make? I just made this amount much on Instagram. But how much did Instagram make? Where is our networks? Where is black people housing black people? And you said
at Dame Dash Studios. Right.
That's it. Like, how were you able to figure that out, man? Like, to say,
because I couldn't tell my stories. Yo, bro, let me tell you something. You know how long ago I wanted to tell the Pablo Escobar story? 20 years ago, bro. And I went, they would not accept it. You know what they wanted me to produce instead? Soul Plane. What? I was like, yo, you better watch your mouth. They put that on the table, almost smacked the nigga in front of me. Like, yo, I'm telling you. I'm like, yo, you should get somebody else to do this. I will never let you make fun of us. I'll do Soul Plane without y'all, but y'all can't be. It's like y'all want to call me nigga or call my coach a nigga, but you want me to do it, to be the spokesperson. I would never be that. You know what I'm saying?
Making great points, Dame. Making great points, bro.
And also in my world, I'm not ever putting a black man in a dress unless he's, hiding to kill somebody, or one of those. But I'm not going to demasculate our black men. You know what I mean? They keep putting niggas in dresses all the time.
Right.
So
Dame, with all of the stuff that you've been through, that you go through, like you said, I know a bunch of people bring up the Jay question and all of that. And I said I wasn't even gonna bring it up until you just mentioned his name and stuff like that. But beyond that, where does somebody like Dame go to meditate, to get a spiritual enlightenment, like whatever it is? Like, what do you do to just kind of center yourself? Some people. That's a great.
I get up in the morning. I pick the blueberries from the blueberry tree.
Oh man, it's not one of them.
I make sure. This is where this is my sanctuary. You hear the birds chirping? This is where I go. I go home. That's where you're supposed to be able to go to be in your sanctuary. Right. You hear it? I don't hear nothing that's going on. I can't hear what they saying about me over here.
I could just
Now,
see it.
let me put it a different way though, Dane, because I agree with that. Like you created your sanctuary. You know what I mean? But before you had that sanctuary, like who was a mentor? Who was an OG? What was a book? Like what book do you
Oh,
read?
well,
What TV show? What you know what I mean?
everything, bro. Like anything that gives me information from the Godfather to the Seed of the Soul. You know, anything that can make me a better person. You know, I don't know. You got to remember something, man. I was hustling since I was 15. I was hitting niggas with packs as a teenager. So I don't
So
really know what it
let's
is not
start
to
there
be a
then.
boss.
Let's start there then. So let's start there then. So 15 years old, right? I guess what I'm trying to say is that you're such a mentor to people that you probably never even met. You're such an You're an inspiration to people that you'll never probably come across, but you inspired them. I'm asking you, that 15-year-old Dane, who was your OG? Who was the person that inspired you? Was it an uncle? Was it a dude from the
Nah,
block?
it was everybody, bro. Like, you know, I had a circle of people. Like, again, the people that I were around were embracing being men, you know? So guys like my OG Daniel, you see how he is. Imagine that
Shout out
20 years
OG.
ago.
Shout out OG. Word.
You see how he is. And
Yeah.
my family is, you know,
Stand up dude.
yeah, and everyone around me is like that. I'm cut from a different cloth. So I've been taught since the day I was born that if somebody hits you, you lay them down. That's what I was taught, period. It wasn't no gray areas there. You feel me? And
Right.
not that I did, but that's how I was taught. And you always have to be a man of respect, always be able to give a nigga a fair one, you know.
Facts.
And
Facts.
you know, you gotta always have your snap game on, and don't let nobody ever make you mad from joking. You know, you know, I was just taught a different way. I was taught that we bully the bully, we oppress the oppressor. If there's a block we want, we take it. That's how I'm taught like that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
and I'm not taking it from my friends. I'm gonna take it from someone that's abusing it. And when I get the block, everybody on the block gonna eat. You know,
Right.
that's just what I know. You know, we've moved. I've been a part of moving people physically. You know, I've had to. You know, when you're in the game, you got to collect money. You got to. You know, this year is nothing compared to, you know, the other business I was in at a young age, and a business that's not sustainable, a business that I had to get out of very fast. You know, and also a business that when I did get out, I made sure I tried to clean every single person up that I cared about. You feel me?
Facts, though. That's facts. I can say that. Let me ask you this though. Out of all of the business moves that you've ever made, what has been, I guess it's a two-part question. What has been the most lucrative and what has been the most enjoyment?
Fashion.
So fashion is that gang, huh? That's been the most fun too? Like you had a lot of fun, Dang. You had a lot of fun in hip hop.
Well, the most
you know what? Let
fun.
me take this back.
No. The most fun I'm having.
Hip-hop too.
Now the most fun was DD 172 when I had when I first opened up the gallery, and I had guys like
Soho,
Jay
right?
Electronica and Mos Def and Wiz Khalifa and Currency just chilling in there, and we would just I was having mad fun. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it was like I was sick of the fucking business as it was. I had just sold half of Rachel Roy to Jones, you know. And I was like trying to build. I was like part of this car company called the Bricklin, and I was trying to be the CEO of a car company, but that was right before the economy cracked. And the building it was Malcolm Bricklin. I don't know if you remember the Bricklin, but the building that they had was insane. And when they went out of business a couple months later, I just took the building, and it just became a creative place. And look, I made magazines. Like, look at this. Like, you know, look, I got MERS. Look at this. I had, look, Blue Rock Magazine. Look at this.
Wait a minute, Dan. Hold up. You in your crib, and you got your magazines on the coffee table.
My books, my coffee.
I love it, man.
My daughter's books. But look, you see all that? That was the basement. I'm doing this. This was 2010, bro. Look at this. I'm doing, you know, I had Pepsi in there. You know, I had Jim performing in warehouses doing rock and roll. Right. You know, I had the watch company. Look, all these festivals. You know, I was doing it 10 years ago, bro. I was doing shows in synagogues. You know, but still rolling around on jets. You know what I mean? Going to China. This is in New Orleans. Just rented out a whole motel with Currency and Mos Def, and just it was haunted though. That shit was haunted. You know, had other magazines, had the girly magazine. That's us in China. You know, all that Black Keys and all that rock and roll, like art gallery openings. Like I was creating culture. You know, look, this is my staff. Look, this is Rocky was like, this is what be in my building on a random day. Rocky said, everybody come outside and take a picture. This is how many people was in that was my staff.
Wow. Wow.
Look how many different kinds of people. Look, I'm chilling though.
What's the name of that magazine though, so people can look it up online and all that type of stuff?
It's Blue Rock. There's another one too with Merv. But then this is a book I did. My 30th birthday. Look at my this is my 30. This is what my 30s look like.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So nigga, y'all gotta remember, I got Naomi Campbell in Rockwear, right? I got the Spice Girl. Wait, hold on. What the fuck is Spice Girl? I had Victoria Beckham in Rockwear. You know?
Dope, man. Dope.
Wait, hold on. Look. Look, this is my 32nd birthday party at my club.
Crazy.
You know what I mean?
Who that?
You know what I mean?
Jay down at the bottom. Thought that was fast.
You see? Nah, he wasn't. This is different time, bro.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? Like these are like, look at this shit. I'm 30. Samantha Ronson's and shit. Andre Harrell's, Mariah Carey.
Yeah. Crazy, man.
Carolina Kakova's. My brother, my uncle, he killed himself. Darian. Look, you know, all that. You know?
Hey, dang, let me ask you a question, man, that I think that...
Look, this is me running around Paris. Look, it's Giselle. Look, look at that. Look, I was running around Paris. You know what I mean? I got jumped in Paris and had my homeboys.
I heard about that, man. I lived in Paris for like a year with my you know, all of us stayed over there. Lord Jazz was over there the longest. My DJ, Lord Jazz, he stayed over there for about 13 years. And Funk is over there. Funk lives in a villa in the south of France. Man.
Yeah, nah, he on some other shit. He
chilling, man. I called him about a week and a half ago. Like, what up, man? You good? You know, he only got like six cribs that's in his villa anyway or something. So, you know, he like, yeah, we've been social distancing. We good.
Yeah, nah, he good. He doesn't
you know,
fucking
and
know.
Jazz, he out in Miami. You know, they got the little gate around the joint, so he goes out in the back. I'm the only one that's right in Newark. You know what I mean? But I'm here though. I'm here for the people and all of that type of stuff, man. You already know. But I want to ask this, man. Like, I think people want to know this, at least on my live. Will there or could there ever be a chance you get back with the homie, man? And we ain't even got to say his name. Will there or could there ever be a chance that you'll get back with the homie?
I'm not really thinking about this shit.
And it just paused on me. You heard the question?
For a check, yeah, a big check. You know, it'd have to be a big check involved. That would be a business move. That wouldn't be personal. You understand what I'm saying?
So business. Because he is the godfather of the book, though, right?
He was.
Gotcha. And I'm just asking that. I'm just asking that because, man, you already said it, though.
That shit is old, man. Yo, you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
The young kids don't give a fuck about that shit. They don't want to see that.
Don't.
No, we the only ones that care about it.
People like us.
I don't give a fuck about it. You know what I'm saying? But for people, that would want to reminisce, it'll be a good memory. Who wants to see niggas all old on stage, man? I don't want to see this. You know what I'm saying?
But not on stage. I'm talking about a business move or something, like, because y'all, you know what I mean?
Well, if somebody robbed me once, why would I want to do business with him again?
Gotcha.
And he didn't rob me for a little thing, man. He robbed me for, you know what I mean? He played dirty, bro. You know what I mean?
So
but
now,
again,
so forget that. I just asked that because I know people wanted to hear just would that ever be a possibility. But now, man, you have Dame Dash Studios, bro. And I had to say this, like I bought my subscription probably over 6 months ago, probably like probably almost a year ago. But you got original content on there, and you inspire me, man. You inspire me because this is what we need. Like, how can people that have content that want to get you the content, how can they get you the content to possibly be on the Dame Dash network? And for those who don't have Dame Dash network, how is it similar to Netflix and all of these other, you know, Hulus and all of that type of stuff? Because I mean, other than Tyler Perry teaming up with Viacom with BET, you're the only black.
How about I just show you? But number one, I have programming with a point of view, and you know, there's docuseries, there's music, but it's just coming from us, from a real authentic place. It ain't no sugarcoat. You feel me? And that's what's different. And it's the same technology as Netflix. It's the same shit, ain't nothing different. No one play no music? Nah, you can play it out here. You know what I'm saying? So right. It's me being creative. It's me giving people a platform to be creative. And if anybody wants to submit something, they can submit it to you, because we speak a lot.
If you want another awesome video in our Black Excellence series, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.